Hey there, viewers! Have you ever wondered what happens behind prison walls when a celebrity becomes just another inmate? Today, we're diving into a story that's both shocking and eye-opening. Rumors have been swirling about Diddy's mysterious health issues while incarcerated, and the latest revelations are more astonishing than you might expect. What's really going on with him? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the truth, so don't blink, you might miss something pivotal. In the suffocating silence of the prison's concrete corridors, every whisper carries weight, and every shadow could tell a story. From my vantage point in the Chow Hall, I noticed Diddy adjusting his chair, an innocuous act, yet profoundly revealing. He usually commanded the table with charisma that could light up the dreariest environment, but that day, he was distant, retreating toward the wall as if seeking refuge. A few inches away from the center of the room wasn't just a change of position, it was indicative of an inner struggle. At first glance, one might chalk it up to a shift in mood or merely feeling under the weather. But among the inmates, such things raised alarms. His jovial laughter had faded, replaced with quiet exchanges, and he often seemed lost in thought, staring off like a man burdened by the weight of the world. In a place where life can feel like a downward spiral, Diddy's demeanor was striking. Unlike the bravado he typically displayed, he appeared to be grappling with something. It felt like a tale half told. Each time someone approached to inquire about his well-being, he'd deflect with a half-hearted smile, yet his eyes spoke volumes. Shadows of doubt flickered behind them, hinting that whatever battle he was facing remained unvoiced. The whispers started as idle rumors, drifting among the inmates, questions about his health, his mental state, and what lay behind that enigmatic facade. It wasn't just the whispers themselves, it was the urgency in them that made it unsettling. Something was amiss, and as curious minds began piecing together the puzzle of struggle and uncertainty, it became apparent that Diddy's journey inside these walls was far from ordinary. But that was only the beginning of the enigma. Late-night hospital visit. As the sun set outside the concrete walls, an eerie stillness settled over the MDC. But inside, an electric tension crackled, filled with whispered concerns. It was the kind of night where shadows seemed to stretch longer, and rumors roamed free. Diddy had vanished from the common areas, leaving behind a palpable curiosity that grew with every passing moment. As inmates gathered, speculation bubbled over. The guards exchanged glances, and hushed conversations ensued. Something significant had happened. Then, late at night, a quiet commotion stirred the air, the clatter of keys, the soft footsteps of medical personnel. Something urgent was unfolding. A few inmates caught a glimpse as Diddy was led away. The sight of him, a notable figure reduced to a frail shell, sent shockwaves through the crowd. He wasn't just another inmate, he was Diddy, an icon, a survivor. But in that moment, he looked vulnerable, stripped of the bravado he usually carried effortlessly. It was unsettling. What transpired behind those sterile hospital doors? The murmur of a potential health crisis sent ripples throughout the prison. Was he suffering? Was this just a routine check? The questions clawed at the minds of everyone left behind. They were desperate for answers, yet afraid of the truth. Some began spinning theories more elaborate than the next, conjuring up dire images of what might happen next. Was Diddy battling something that could jeopardize his legacy? Speculation ignited debates, each voice more dramatic than the last. And yet, no one knew where to find the facts, leading to a chaotic churn of whispers that fueled the mystery even further. And when Diddy finally returned, his pallid complexion and downcast eyes told a story far beyond mere words, one that would change the dynamic amongst the inmates forever. The curiosity and concern of those he ruled over transformed into shared intrigue, igniting a fire that would soon reveal shocking truths behind those prison walls. But what else lay ahead? The night was still young, and the silence concealed secrets begging to be unveiled. First signs of change. As days turned into weeks, the transformation in Diddy wasn't just noticeable, it was alarming. This was a man who once exuded confidence, charm, and an undeniable swagger. But now, he seemed to retreat deeper into his shell. Familiar laughter that once echoed off the walls of the MDC was replaced by an unsettling silence. The energetic conversations that drew peers towards him faded into hushed murmurs. I remember the first time he refused an invitation to join a game of cards, a pastime that used to be a daily ritual for him. It was casual, but it sent ripples through our group. His eyes lacked the usual spark, and whispers circulated about his declining health. "He's not playing because he knows he can't keep up," someone muttered. Others chimed in, speculating that he was saving face, trying to avoid showing signs of weakness in front of the other inmates. Weight loss was a visceral change that everyone noticed. He had always been a figure known for his physical presence, but now, those sharp cheekbones poked through, and the tailored outfits he flaunted on the outside world made way for ill-fitting prison garb. It was one thing to witness a change in his demeanor, but this physical alteration was another level of concern. But that wasn't the whole story. As conversations shifted into hushed tones, we began to hear about Diddy skipping meals, a departure from the guy who used to indulge in every feast. Word got around that he was losing interest in food, opting for solitary confinement during mealtimes. Was he overwhelmed by the pressure and rumors surrounding him? The thought started to circulate among inmates, was he battling something more than just emotional stress? Seeing Diddy lose his grip, the way he would allow others to dictate the discussion around him, was not the Diddy we knew. It wasn't just health, it felt like someone was stripping away his power, his identity. The once vibrant superstar was now a shadow of himself, raising questions. Was he afraid? Defeated? Or was there something more sinister lurking in the shadows of his world? And then it hit me, something unexpected was brewing beneath his composed surface. What emerged was not just a man grappling with celebrity status behind bars, it was a deep-seated struggle that would resonate throughout. Would this change lead to a revelation that could redefine everything we thought we knew about him? Hold that thought, because just as the winds shifted, something monumental was about to unfold. Powerful speculations. Rumors have a way of evolving as they ricochet through walls, especially in a place like MDC. It was fascinating. At first, casual conversations about Diddy turned into intense debates among the inmates. "He's just playing it up," someone would scoff, claiming that he still had connections lined with benefits. Others vehemently disagreed, convinced that Diddy was genuinely unwell, trapped in a world where emotions transformed into survival strategies. As the days passed, a more sinister cloud loomed over him. The murmurs grew louder, laden with concern and uncertainty. Speculations sparked wild theories, like wildfire in a dry forest. Some inmates whispered that Diddy might be battling something serious, an ailment whispered in hushed tones. Could it be something as ruthlessly devastating as a debilitating illness? The idea sent shivers through the air, making even the hardest gangsters question their own mortality. I'll never forget the chilling moment when one inmate dropped an unexpected bombshell. "I heard he's got the same thing that took down some legendary figures before him," he said, eyes wide with a mix of fear and intrigue. The conversation shifted, fueled by what-ifs and wishful thinking. Perhaps it was paranoia, but for many, the thought was that he, too, could fall victim to an unseen enemy. But that wasn't the whole story. Word continued to unfold, revealing snippets of information that seemed almost unbelievable. Other inmates claimed to have seen Diddy engaging in secretive discussions with guards and medical staff. What could they possibly be talking about? As the curtain of secrecy tightened around him, curiosity morphed into a frenzy. Questions multiplied with every passing day. Was he getting privileged treatment? Was there more to his alleged condition than met the eye? As speculation soared, it became clear this was no ordinary scandal. This was Diddy, a titan in the eyes of many, now vulnerable and potentially in jeopardy. The rumors, each layer only adding to his mystique, took on a life of their own. And what happened next would shock everyone. The slip of the doctor. It was a day like any other inside the MDC, but that soon changed when an inmate overheard a hushed conversation between a doctor and a guard. The tension in the room was palpable, The walls seemed to absorb every word as if they were imprinted in the very fabric of the building. The doctor, looking far more serious than usual, was caught saying, "This needs to remain confidential. We can't have this information getting out." Curiosity spiraled into fervent whispers. The inmates, attuned to even the slightest change in energy, began piecing together clues. What was it about Diddy's condition that warranted such secrecy? Was this more than just another health checkup? Speculation ran rampant. Some believed he was recovering from something ordinary, while others feared the worst, a life-threatening illness lurking in the shadows. Word spread like wildfire. Diddy's fellow inmates exchanged knowing glances, and conversations turned to frantic discussions in corners and during yard time. In a cage of mistrust, fear, and camaraderie, the implications were heavy. It was all anyone could talk about. As if plucked from a suspenseful movie, the bits of gossip began to swirl with absurd details. Some claimed the doctor had suggested hospitalization, not just a routine checkup but something requiring specialized care outside the prison. Others suggested the symptoms were linked to stress. But amidst the speculation lay the collective unease. What if Diddy was battling something serious and no one really knew? The slip of the doctor had opened a floodgate of thoughts, fears, and wild stories. But one thing was certain: the inmates felt the weight of the situation. They were witnessing a transformation of a man who once believed himself untouchable, now reduced to whispers and speculation. The very air around them crackled with uncertainty, and as they waited for answers, their minds raced. What could come next for Diddy? And the real question hung in the air, heavy as a brick: what was the truth behind those closed doors? The press gets wind of it. It wasn't long before the hushed whispers and clandestine rumors within the prison walls began to escape into the outside world. Someone got wind of Diddy's declining health, and soon enough, the story broke like a tidal wave across social media. Fans, skeptics, and tabloids alike couldn't resist gossiping about the rapper's mysterious ailment. By morning, headlines screamed the shocking news: Diddy's secret health crisis revealed. And what's behind Diddy's dramatic transformation? In the frenzied world of media, speculation ran rampant. Reports started surfacing not just about the alleged symptoms he was experiencing but about the potential implications. A celebrity's health can often overshadow their achievements. The media didn't hold back. They dissected every detail, turning Diddy's personal struggles into a sensational spectacle. The frenzy created a storm of reactions. Some fans offered heartfelt messages of support, while others indulged in conspiracy theories about his condition. As the cameras flashed and stories spiraled out of control, you could almost feel the energy shift within the prison. Diddy, once untouchable, was now thrust into a reality where he had to confront not just his health but also the brutal judgment of public perception. What once were whispers among inmates morphed into headlines that could define or ruin a legacy. The barrage of questions started flooding in. What exactly was wrong with Diddy? Was he truly suffering, or were the reports exaggerated? The whispers within the prison had become a worldwide conversation. Soon, every detail of his past surfaced, prompting questions about his lifestyle choices and decisions that could lead to his current predicament. And just when everyone thought they had Diddy figured out, the unexpected happened. The bruised reputation. As the dust settles on the whirlwind of rumors, Diddy finds himself in an uncharted territory, battling not just physical challenges but a wounded reputation that now follows him like a shadow. The glitz and glamour that once surrounded his name have dimmed, leaving him exposed to the harsh realities of public scrutiny. It's a stark reminder that fame is a double-edged sword. While it can elevate someone to great heights, it can just as swiftly pull them into the abyss when whispers transform into roars. This unfolding saga leaves us questioning: how do public figures navigate the treacherous waters of speculation and judgment when their lives take an unexpected turn? Diddy's journey is a testament to the fragility of reputation in the eyes of the public, where one moment can define an entire legacy. As we watch this story continue to unfold, it prompts an important reflection on the power of perception and the personal battles that often remain hidden from view. So, what do you think? Is this the end of Diddy's reign, or is there more to the story waiting to be unveiled? Keep your thoughts rolling in the comments and stay tuned for more updates on this intriguing journey.